Basketball is a sport in which you need a wide variety of skills. While most aspiring players would try to master the art of scoring as early as possible, most of them fail to understand the importance of defense. It is equally important, and there's a reason so many NBA greats are some of the greatest defenders you will ever see. Hello and welcome back to NBA Swish. Today we're going to be talking about, yep, you guessed it, the top 10 greatest NBA defenders of all time. From big names like Michael Jordan to the late Kobe Bryant, this list does not only have the greatest NBA defenders of all time, but some of the greatest players to ever grace the court. I know what you all must be wondering: what players make the top 10? Who is the greatest NBA defender ever? Well, stick around to the end as we answer these questions and more, as we delve into the intricacies behind each one of them. So without further ado, let's get into it. First of all, I would like to remind you that this list is completely subjective. I can understand that there are a lot of great NBA defenders, and you can't fit them all into the top 10. So it is completely understandable that your ranking might and probably is different from this one. That being said, I am sure most of you will agree with me that the following 10 are indeed the top 10 NBA defenders of all time. Starting off the ranking, coming in at number 10, we have Dennis Rodman. I am sure you all know how he developed a name for himself on defense by relentlessly grabbing loose balls, in addition to his prowess in shot blocking. It was almost like a God-gifted talent, and there was no one better at it than him. There is a reason Rodman averaged an amazing 13.1 rebounds per game over his career. It was like dealing with a madhouse, and it's no wonder his tireless chase for the boards foiled his opponent's attacking strategy. Many people say that Jordan, who you will also see on this list, won his rings only thanks to Rodman's defense. Now, for a defender, he might not be that good at shot blocking, but Rodman was a devastating defensive force who could force opponents to make mistakes and disrupt their plays. This is something you don't see in stats, and that's why you just need to see Rodman play in order to understand what a beast he was. But his lack of hard work off the court and attitude made us put him at number 10. Now on to number 9, where we meet Ben Wallace, the NBA's four-time defensive MVP. Now, not many modern-day NBA fans know about this player, but Wallace was a strong force in the paint thanks to his shot-blocking ability, averaging 2 blocks per game. Now, to average that throughout your entire career is quite amazing, especially considering your blocks lessen a lot in your latter years. Besides blocking, Wallace made a presence on the boards, especially the attacking ones, where he would make sure that he was the first one to get every ball. But that's something you see in almost every defender. So I know what you must be wondering: what made him different? Well, he had this different rugged play and ability to protect the rim that was impossible to get past, making him a nightmare for any opponent on the court. Next up, we have Scotty Pippen, and I'm sure you all know how he, along with Michael Jordan, was a key member of the Chicago Bulls dynasty, and he slots right in at number 8. Now, I'm sure you all know how Michael Jordan was the main player on both ends of the court, but most people fail to understand that Pippen was equally as important and was literally unstoppable on defense, especially out on the perimeter. You can see that by the number of steals he achieved per game, which demonstrated his effectiveness in breaking up passing lanes and beginning fast breaks. He literally could single-handedly disrupt the entire opponent's team. But that's not all, because his distinguishing defensive quality was his ability to guard a multitude of positions deftly. I have said it for a long time, and I will say it again: Pippen's defensive play, which won him multiple selections to the NBA All-Defensive First Team, was crucial to the Bulls' success. Hakeem "The Dream" Olajuwon. Those outstanding plays in the paint made him a legend, and he comes in at number 7. I am sure you all know him if you've been watching and following the NBA for quite some time now. Hakeem had incredible steal speed and was a master of shot blocking, averaging more than 3 blocks per game. Now that is just crazy. It's no wonder his defensive efforts helped the Houston Rockets win back-to-back NBA championships in the mid-90s. Yes, you heard that correctly. Even if they are struggling nowadays, the Rockets were a force to be reckoned with when they had a great like Olajuwon on their team. His post-defense anchoring abilities will be remembered as NBA legend. 6th on this list is the glove Gary Payton, who is noted for his suffocating perimeter defense. Modern-day fans have seen GP2 and how he's been such a menace in disrupting defenses as he's played for the Warriors. Well, it must be genetic, as his father was unreal back in his day. His ability to stalk opponents on the perimeter, as seen by his steals per game, can disrupt a team's offensive rhythm. While his son does indeed do the same, it is nothing compared to what his father was able to do back in his playing days. But his skill with the ball is not even his best asset. It was his imposing presence, which was heightened by his mental game, which included his trademark trash talking in addition to his numbers. It was a nightmare having him guard you. His NBA Defensive Player of the Year accolade adds to his legacy as a top-tier perimeter defender. And next up, coming in at number 5, we have Kimbe Matumbo, famed for his legendary finger wag and shot blocking abilities. Matumbo ranks among the all-time leaders in blocks per game, averaging 2.8 per game, and that is just insane. He was one of those those players you did not attempt to dunk on, as you would know you would get blocked and embarrassed. Matumbo, in addition to his excellent shot blocking abilities, is a renowned defensive player due to his dominance on the boards and several accolades in this area, including NBA Defensive Player of the Year honors. His placement on this list just goes to show how perfect of an NBA defender he was. He had all of the skills required to be an all-time great. And now the fourth best defender of all time, Bill Russell. Yeah, of course, how could we not have Bill Russell at fourth? Having been a pioneer in team defense and shot blocking, Russell's defensive leadership helped the Boston Celtics win an NBA record 11 titles. That alone is enough to be one of the greatest defenders of all time. But to be very honest, his impact extended far beyond the numbers. Russell was an inspiration to many people due to his famed defensive instincts, basketball intellect, and mental toughness, as well as his ability to average a double-double in rebounds and blocks. It's no wonder he has a trophy named after him. We will never see another player like him again. And now we're in the top three, so let's start things off with a bang. The Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant, whose name is practically a byword for attacking genius, but he's ranked third for his tenacity on defense. Bryant's ability to cause turnovers and disrupt opponents is underlined by his steals per game. In addition to his great scoring record, he was the definition of working hard on both ends of the game, which ensured that he had the required stamina and hustle that helped him win with his defense. It's no wonder he was selected to multiple NBA All-Defensive teams. His defensive brilliance in critical situations adds to his defensive history. Easily one of the overall greatest players of all time. May he rest in peace. But if we're talking just defense, I think we've reached the greatest of all time. And yes, I am talking about Tim Duncan, a founding force known for his superb defense. Duncan is regarded as one of the NBA's all-time best defensive big men due to his remarkable shot blocking and rebounding abilities. This can be seen by the fact that he had almost 2 blocks and 10 rebounds per game. Crazy numbers. Duncan's going to be remembered as a solid defensive anchor due to his fundamentally sound approach and defensive versatility in guarding several positions. They say that Victor Wembanyama is his successor, but I disagree. There will never be another Tim Duncan. And now on to number one, the greatest defender in NBA history is without a doubt Michael Jordan. Without MJ, our list would just be incomplete. I can guarantee that every single one of you has him on their lists. Jordan was a defensive maestro as well as an offensive wizard, as evidenced by his shot blocking abilities and ability to steal the ball. Beyond the numbers, Jordan's effect extended beyond his lockdown defense, which he was known for, especially during key moments. He literally was the definition of being a clutch player. His legacy as one of the best defenders of all time is highlighted by his selection to many NBA All-Defensive teams and his Defensive Player of the Year award. Many people failed to see that since he was so good at offense, but trust me, his defense was as good as his offense. It's no wonder they call him the greatest player of all time. And there you have it, our list of the 10 greatest NBA defenders of all time. How do we do with our list, and how does it compare to yours? What did we get right, and what did we get wrong? Let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.